Jungkook and Taehyung are finally back, the emotional reunion that brought ARMY to tears. 15 minutes later. Fans are shocked. Who's the woman with Jungkook hugging so tightly? Hey ARMY! Can you feel that wave of emotion sweeping across the world? Because on June 10th, 11, 2025 respectively, history was made, not with a chart-topping release or a sold-out concert, but with the quiet, heartfelt return of two beloved BTS members, Jungkook and Taehyung. After what felt like an eternity, the duo known for their deep bond and unshakable friendship stepped back into the public eye. And just like that, the K-pop world held its breath. It was a misty morning in Yongkyeon, Gyeonggi Province, South Korea, when the air seemed to still. No flashing lights or fireworks were needed. Just two men in their final military uniforms, walking slowly, cautiously, with gentle smiles and flower bouquets clutched in their hands. It was not a staged event, it was real, raw, and filled with the kind of emotional sincerity that makes the heart swell. At precisely 8 a.m. Korea Standard Time, Taehyung and Jungkook stepped out of a quiet black vehicle at the public stadium, and though the scene was modest, its impact was seismic. The world felt like it had been waiting just for this. Their slow movements, the way they stood close without saying a word, it all spoke volumes. Cameras clicked. Whispers echoed. But the loudest sound was the collective heartbeat of millions of fans tuning in across continents. There were no grand speeches. No heavily produced fanfare. Instead, the boys stood shoulder to shoulder, nervously hiding behind the bouquets they held. Their soft laughter, timid but genuine, rippled through the internet like a healing breeze. It was the kind of laugh that once colored live streams, variety shows, and countless Bangtan bombs. A laugh that meant they're really back. The look on their faces was everything, shy, emotional, and a little overwhelmed. But behind those bouquets, behind the flicker of nervous smiles, ARMY saw the truth. Jungkook and Taehyung missed us just as much as we missed them. It was their silent way of saying, "We're home." Social media instantly burst into life. Hashtags like #welcome back Taehyung, #Jungkook is back, and #Taehyung returns trended in over 30 countries within the hour. Photos of them, laughing like kids, holding each other's gaze like old friends, were shared across every platform imaginable. And just like that, timelines from Tokyo to Toronto were painted with joy. This wasn't just a return, it was a symbol. With Jungkook and Taehyung completing their military service, the end of one of the most challenging eras in BTS's journey was in sight. Only Suga remains now, and when his turn is done, BTS will finally be whole once more. But for now, the spotlight belonged entirely to the golden-hearted duo who endured it all quietly and came back shining even brighter. Every detail mattered. The way Taehyung subtly turned away from the cameras, the way Jungkook tucked a smile behind his bouquet. These small, tender moments were dissected by fans like love letters, because in ARMY's world, emotions are found not just in words, but in glances, gestures, and laughter. For many fans, the sound of their laughter was enough to bring tears. It wasn't just joy, it was relief. Proof that they were safe, healthy, and still carried that same spark they had before military service. That laugh? It was the sound of home, stitched together from years of memories. Longtime ARMYs recognized that exact laugh, from the early days of Boy in Love to the polished charisma of Butter. It was a reminder that no matter how much time passes or how heavy the world becomes, the soul of BTS remains unchanged. Within hours, the internet became a tribute to their return. Fan art bloomed like spring flowers. Edits with emotional music flooded TikTok and YouTube. Digital letters poured in, thanking Taehyung and Jungkook for not just serving their country, but for keeping their spirit intact. Many said it felt like a dream after a long, cold winter. What made the moment even more beautiful was its quiet dignity. HYB staff and BTS team members stood nearby, not in a loud display, but with soft pride. It was a quiet declaration, something big is coming. BTS is not done. Fans shared stories of how they survived the military hiatus, rewatching old performances, streaming solo songs, launching art projects, and spreading BTS's message of love and resilience. This return wasn't just a reward, it was validation. Their patience had not been in vain. Seeing Taehyung and Jungkook side by side again, in a moment free of lights and cameras, reminded everyone what BTS stands for: authenticity, brotherhood, and love. Many fans called it ARMY's spring. After months of waiting, the flowers had finally bloomed, in the literal form of bouquets, and the symbolic form of reunion. Even fellow idols and celebrities chimed in, congratulating the duo on their return. The K-pop industry knew this was more than just a discharge, it was a cultural event. Taehyung and Jungkook had become emblems of strength and sincerity in an industry that's often too quick to move on. Culture critics and journalists highlighted how rare it was to see such vulnerability in returning soldiers, especially public figures. They noted how the duo balanced their national duty with artistic integrity, emerging not hardened, but deepened. In a quiet way, they redefined what it means to be a Korean idol. Reporters who attended described the scene as intimate and sacred. There was no frenzy. Just misty eyes, small smiles, and the kind of energy you feel more than see. Everyone understood, this wasn't just a comeback. It was the dawn of a new BTS chapter. Some armies even confessed to skipping work just to witness the moment live. "When I heard them laugh, I cried," one fan wrote. That sound, it wasn't just familiar. It was healing. In a now viral fan cam, Taehyung leaned over and whispered something to Jungkook. No one could hear the words, but the meaning was clear in their eyes. "We made it. We're here." Speculation about BTS's future lit up soon after. Could we be looking at a new OT7 album? A comeback stage? A tour? Or maybe something completely unexpected, like a documentary series or a surprise fan event? Whatever it is, one thing is clear: the world is ready. And so are they. For now, both Jungkook and Taehyung have remained silent on social media. No new posts, no updates, just a lingering energy that something is coming. Something meaningful. Something BTS. That day, the boys we once watched grow from wide-eyed teens to global icons stood proudly, not just as soldiers returning home, but as artists, brothers, and dreamers. They hadn't changed, they had grown. This isn't the end of anything. It's the start of something brighter. Because when Jungkook and Taehyung's laughter returned, so did hope. So welcome back, our golden Magne and our soulful V. The world missed you, and now, we walk forward together. Forever, BTS. Forever, ARMY. Purple Heart.